Rafael Devers is the face of the Red Sox and Boston's darling. But all of Beantown is asking the same big question right now. What the hell is up with Raffy? He's an alarming 0 for 19 with 15 strikeouts to the first 5 games. So is it just early season rust, or is there some bigger cause for concern? Let's find out. Alright B, we're back. The Red Sox are not off to a good start. After winning the season opener, we've lost all our games and we're down to a pathetic 1-4. But that's not even our biggest problem right now.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. Yeah, right now, all of Boston only has one thing on its mind, and that is Rafael Devers.
Yep, it's Raffy. Let's get directly into it. He's 0 for 19 with 15 strikeouts to start the season. So first question, is this really a problem? Is this a big problem right now?
Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, Z. It's a big problem, both statistically and psychologically. No player in Major League history has ever started a season like this. Devers has struck out in nearly 80% of his plate appearances so far. That's staggering. Now look, we're talking about one of the premier hitters in the game. He's been Boston's rock in the lineup for years, but this isn't just about results. It's about the process. And right now, the process looks broken. So yes, this is a big deal. Not because he won't recover, but because it's costing the Sox wins now. And in a division like the AL East, these early games matter.
Okay, so we agree it's a big problem. We've never seen anything like it. When a star player struggles, it brings everybody down. So what's the reason? What do you think is causing this? There has to be some reason because this is not normal.
Sure, let's dive into the several factors that might be contributing to Devers' struggles. First, position change. The off-season acquisition of Alex Bregman led to Devers transitioning from third base to designated hitter. Initially resistant, Devers eventually accepted the role but dismissed the notion that it affects his performance. Next, Devers spent the off-season rehabbing shoulder injuries and logged only 16 plate appearances during spring training. This limited preparation might be impacting his timing and readiness. It could also be his physical condition. Former Red Sox and current NESN analyst Jonathan Papelbon questioned Devers' physical condition, suggesting he might need to lose weight to improve his performance. Lastly, it could be timing issues. Manager Cora noted that Devers' timing appears off, particularly in getting his front foot down, which affects his ability to handle fastballs. Despite these challenges, it's important to remember that the season is still in its early stages. Devers has a proven track record, and with adjustments and increased at-bats, there's optimism that he'll regain his form.
You can always count on Pap to give an entertaining reason. Some people also blame it on the shoulder. They think it's last year's shoulder injury that's still lingering and that's what's affecting him. But yesterday after the game, Cora categorically said that it wasn't any lingering shoulder injury problem, and nor was it the DH thing, he said. So we'll take his word for it. Okay, so out of all these reasons, what do you think is really affecting him?
Right now, the biggest issue affecting Devers is clearly his timing at the plate, specifically his trouble handling fastballs. In the same post-game interview yesterday, Cora directly pointed at that to be the problem. Devers thrives when he's locked in on fastballs, driving them to all fields, but this early inability to catch up suggests a mechanical and timing problem rather than simply a lack of discipline or physical condition. What about you? What do you think is the root cause, Z?
I don't think it's the weight or the shoulder. I actually think it's a combination of multiple things. Firstly, he's hitting missable strikes badly, so his timing just looks completely off. And that has a lot to do with the limited preparation time he's got. Devers reportedly didn't lift a bat from the end of last season till he reported to camp this spring. For the majority of the spring, he hit in backfields and only appeared in games in the last week. So he was clearly late in his usual preparation schedule. He ended up getting, some 16 spring at-bats? He didn't play in Mexico in the last 2 games. Plus, all spring, he had to deal with this DH third base controversy. That has to have been playing on his mind all the time and must have been a huge distraction. So no doubt his timing is off.
That's a very balanced and insightful breakdown. Your assessment makes complete sense. Only 16 spring at-bats and barely playing meaningful spring games means Devers hasn't had nearly enough reps. It's not surprising his timing and pitch recognition are significantly behind. You're also spot on about the third base DH drama. Raffy's always worn his heart on his sleeve, and being at the center of that debate must have affected his mindset coming into opening day. So all of that affects his timing. He isn't just missing pitches, he's missing hittable strikes by wide margins, a clear sign that his timing isn't just slightly off, it's completely disrupted. That typically happens due to a lack of consistent at-bats leading into the season. Given all of that, I agree that it is a combination of factors.
Now, you mentioned earlier that this might be a psychological problem. 15 whiffs in 19 at-bats, man, that must be weighing heavily on him every time he steps into the batter's box. So how much of this is psychological? Is this really a psychological problem more than anything?
I think a lot of it is psychological at this point, see. When a hitter of Devers' caliber starts missing pitches that he normally crushes and starts pressing to make up for it, that mental weight can snowball quickly. And let's not forget, Raffy knows the expectations. He's the guy, 300 million man, face of the franchise. The offense runs through him. When he's slumping like this, it's not just media pressure, it's internal pressure too. And that can make even the most talented hitters start chasing results instead of trusting their process. So yes, the psychological toll is very real right now. And until he finds something that clicks, maybe even just a loud out, he's probably going to keep pressing. But the good news, one swing can change everything.
Yep, the burden of expectation sure is heavy. The thing is, Devers himself doesn't see this as a problem. He doesn't think that this is really such a big problem, and he's quite confident that he's going to get out of this soon. He actually said that his at-bats were improving and that he felt fine during all 5 of his at-bats against Baltimore yesterday, where he went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. So he thinks he's fine and it's going to come around pretty fast. Okay, let's talk about solutions. Is there any fix to this? Is there anything that can help him get out of this and snap out of his slump?
I'd say 3 things: rhythm, reps, and relaxation. First, rhythm. Right now, Raffy's timing is just off, and the only way to fix that is by seeing live pitching every day. He needs at-bats. He needs to see velocity. He needs to swing through mistakes and recalibrate that internal clock. You don't get that sharpness back in the cage. You get it in-game. Second, reps. Even though we're 5 games into the season, he's still in spring mode, essentially. The Sox just need to let him keep grinding, because the moment he finds his swing, it'll click fast. And third, relaxation. That's probably the most important right now. Devers is pressing. You can see it in his body language. You can see it in the overswings. The expectations are weighing on him, and when that happens, hitters try to do too much. He needs to breathe a little, get back to having fun at the plate, let his natural talent take over. The truth is, Raffy doesn't need to be fixed. He just needs to settle in. And once that first hit comes, I wouldn't be surprised if the floodgates open.
I agree. I truly believe it's just a question of not being fully prepared for the season. He didn't get all his at-bats in spring and he just wasn't ready. He didn't have enough time to get his stroke and timing down, and hopefully it comes back soon. Cora even said that he's going to continue to play him. He's going to play him on Wednesday. We have an off day today, which also makes me believe that he wants Raffy to get his reps in, like you mentioned. Okay, so bottom line, is there a need to press the panic button or not?
This feels like a short-term issue rather than something to panic over long-term. Like Cora said, it's still early. If he's still struggling badly in May, that's when genuine concern should set in. But for now, it's reasonable to believe this becomes a non-issue soon.
Okay, that's a bit of a relief. I hope that happens soon.
It's also important to remember that even the best hitters experience slumps, especially early in the season. Take Aaron Judge, for example. In 2024, he had a challenging start, batting just .197 with a .725 OPS as late as early May. But he found his timing, turned it around, and finished the year with 59 home runs and the MVP award. So early season struggles can be temporary, and with the right adjustments, players can return to their peak performance.
Yeah, I remember that. So yes, I'm not in full panic mode yet. Let's give him some time and hopefully he'll recover soon. Anything else you want to add?
One last thing, Raffy has 4 walks. I know that doesn't sound like much, but that's a very positive sign. So hang in there, Sox fans. Raffy's too talented to stay down for long. All it takes is one swing to wake up a bat like his. And when it happens, you'll hear the crack from Fenway to Framingham. Don't blink. His breakout might be coming this week.
Yep, we're keeping the faith.
So stay tuned, stay crazy.
Go Sox!